Oh, the slap
like,
guy's
actually moving
here.
a bit faster than you.
I wasn't sprinting. Oh, watch out, he slaps. Yeah, like insta-kills your shield.
Yeah, where? Oh, yeah.
Luckily he's hanging out next to some barrels. Oh, the chest. Man, it's the chest. Oh no, please don't shoot me. Oh, it's actually hitting me this time.
You see? Oh, the rocket launcher guy.
Oh, it hit me. Oh, there's a minigun guy here too.
Oh, yeah.
The swords are actually so good, even though they're annoying. Oh, look, he's having a missile. Oh, where did it go? Oh, no! Did you see that? It's just hit like 360s around the dodo. Couldn't handle the dodo's supreme skills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get behind something if he shoots at you though. He'll just insta-kill you. Can't handle the double sword combo though, can he?
Oh, yeah. Sort of double sword. Go behind you. Is it interceptor?
Has it been sorted?
No, it's been.
There's a kamikaze bird here. Sorted. Inventory is full, unfortunately. What can we get rid of here? Oh, who's this guy?
There's a Wixen in this like shipping container.
Git.
Yeah, look at this. Oh no! Ah,
Dead.
I saw the red circle and I was.
You got some PTSD?
Yeah. Get gunner.
Dun, 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 dun. What are my swords doing? Hitting someone.
It was up the top, just doing the turrets.
Alright, same. I don't need to do anything, swords just doing everything for me. They're just destroying that guy. Oh, there's like 5 of them coming up. Lucky the swords of death are destroying them. And Dodo.
Well, this guy's got a rocket launcher.
I almost feel sorry for these guys. This is brutal. Getting slapped by like 9 swords. You got those last 3 guys?
Crude oils, that's nice. I got the guy that was. I got all the turrets and all that up the top.
I've been hit by a turret. Yeah, it must be bugged or something.
The turrets.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just if you got like a PAL out, it'll hit the PAL.
No, it's like shooting directly at me. It's just not able to hit me.
No, the turrets are meant to be for the PALs, I'm guessing.
Alright. Well, they're shooting at me though. They're meant to be shooting at pals. Medium power soul. Oh, I nearly missed this chest. I wish I didn't kill that fish. Oh, red plasteel armor. What's this red stuff I keep getting?
I got like a Coralam ore.
Yeah, Coralam ore.
You did 29 that, so... Ah, okay. Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah, I got some missile ammo, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
How you going up there?
Yeah, pretty good.
I think there's a lower level we need to clear too.
Yeah, I haven't gone down there yet.
So all up here is done.
Yeah, but I didn't check if there was any loot stuff, really.
Check this.
Wow.
There's a guy here.
Here again.
Whoa! Whoa. Bit rude.
Ooh!
Give me a loot.
I want his crude oil. Thank.
Where do these guys come up from? That staircase here.
I know that there was the stairs here.
Hey! My swords are damaged, unfortunately. Cannot slap. I hit crude oil. Nice. Oh, he's about to get wrecked.
Ooh!
Sniffed
six
out the
crude oil.
chest.
Yep.
Did that guy get ragdolled?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Hello.
Look out.
Yeah.
Does it to himself, so I can't do it. He's outsmarted me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Legendary fish. I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote.
I know that you can go on top of this thing up here. Like at the first one, there was just a single chest on the top bit.
Sorry, you get out. Can't fly. Come, Gary. Mammoth seems to be struggling with their task. Does Mammoth need to be put in the blender?
Yes.
Sawn off double backshot with Chaos Terminator and grip.
An underbarrel Terminator. An overbarrel Arnold. I just sent out a Ragnarhawk. Level 55.
Yeah, the big guys seem to throw them out.
Whoa.
I got it.
Nice. Time to repair my stuff. I need to make a computer
What?
so I can repair my laser rifle.
Yeah.
This guy just shot himself in the face with the rocket launcher, and nothing happened to him.
Well, how's it for Lux's level 4 electric though? Working.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Why are these pals all starving?
I don't know.
Is there no food
Is
in
there
the
food?
chest? Oh, pals without bed. I've got to build 2 more beds too.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to all the food. But apparently these pals are all starving.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I got like 23 crude oil. I think that still
Oh,
need
you've
like a lot
been...
more there, don't you?
Have you been changing the pals? Because we don't have
No.
a planting one, that's why. No one's been planting.
Nah.
Why do you lie to me, Dane?
I don't know. Because I don't know if I'd lied.
Yeah, I think because you put so many blazer mods on.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think we didn't have any planting, that's why. Also, what happened to the electric hawk that was powering the base? Oh no, it's still there.
Oh no.
Alright, I fixed everything.
Are you forgetting something? Did you forget to ask Jesus for consent? If you know what I'm talking about, how does that thing go? It's like, isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
Yeah, I'm not sure I do know.
There's like a couple, and they both say, I consent, and then it says, isn't there somebody you forgot to ask? And this is Jesus in the background or something.
Well, I can make the large power generator.
Is this just where the food is? And they're just all crowded around the
Yeah,
place?
yeah, pretty much.
This is a massive, just random animal body parts. Alright, I'm gonna go get more quartz.
Yeah, that's why we didn't have any food. No one was unfortunately harvesting.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave my guy to build this power generator superior. Oh, I went from 9 minutes to 50 to 1 minute with Anubis and hands.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Can you just change your name to Hans?
I should actually.
As
Good
in, like,
idea.
you know, the German name.
Oh, that's pretty clever. I hadn't thought of that. Please bless me with your wisdom more often.
Jans chocolates.
Don't make me run, I'm full of chocolate. Yeah, I'm hot dog.
Let's pour Euro.
Superior power generator should be pretty good. Means we can just have like one electric mon just doing that instead of multiple.
Yeah. Need to, like, get shocked like an electric eel.
I'll put the capacitor next to it too. Store that charge. Stores a charge. Ja, ein Hotdog.
Oh, I forgot. This is here, right next to the base. Or potential base where all the quartz is. Jeez.
What?
It's just like, you do the attack and it's just, it's all at once.
They all die like simultaneously.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It was actually, like, pretty loud as well. Fuck. You pay that.
Don't make me run. I'm full of chocolate. Bring that juicy chess club brain of yours. I wonder why they thought zombies ate brains.
It's because they need brain juice. It's pretty obvious, I thought.
You thought wrong.
Yeah, I guess so. It turns out I'm the fool. Pretty
Yeah,
obvious,
there's been too
sweaty.
many. There's been too many viral zombie movies. Like, what we need is more magic zombie movies.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but I agree.
Like summoning the
Got a
dead.
surfboard. Oh, yeah. Like that one Simpsons episode.
Did you wreck the car? No. Did you raise the dead? Okay.
Oh no, intense cold.
But the car's okay. Oh, here comes Hands. Turn my 50-second job into a 5-second job. I should have just stopped to kill something.
I got a skibby toilet recipe.
Did you?
Oh wait, no, it's just a laboratory chair. My bad. I'm sorry to get you so excited.
I forgive you. Is it, buddy? You're gonna toilet?
You're being carried down by your... you're weighed down by carrying too many thick fires.
Thick thighs and burgers and fries.
Oh yes, it's no longer cold. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman.
Thank you, Mr. Huffman. My old alma mater.
This is a primary school.
Champagnes.
Oh no. I've gotten so fat that even my dragon can't fly. But I do have 393 quartz, so that's good.
Nice.
When you eat one too many chip. I'm buying ammo. Do you need one?
Yeah, I can always use my ammo.
Alright, bought 1870 of it. This is where the cars live. Get you one.
Get yourself a ride.
Imagine dying in a spin-off. Embarrassing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, laser ammo is being made. Oh, 40 required modules. It's intense. Alan's training. I got dog first aid tomorrow. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah. I'm not familiar with dog first aid. How's it go?
It's like human first aid, but for dogs.
Alright.
Apparently we get to learn dog CPR.
Nice.
Very exciting. Hey, Buffar.
Welcome to your online pre-course introduction. In this video, we'll cover all the essential details you need to know. We'll walk you through the delivery mode, show you how to complete your online pre-course, help you get ready for your practical assessment, and explain how to access your certificate once you've completed the course. Before you proceed, please ensure you are using Google Chrome as your browser. Other browsers, such as Internet Explorer, may not display the multimedia content of the course. Take a few minutes to review this important information with us, and thank you for joining us, and we're excited to get started with you.
This delivery mode consists of online pre-course and a face-to-face assessment. The online pre-course is self-paced, but must be
So
completed
much
prior to
oil.
attending your face-to-face assessment. During your face-to-face assessment, you will be required to demonstrate your practical skills. If you have any questions about the content of the course, please contact your training provider who will assist. Your course will consist of a number of sections, which will either be learning content or assessment.
Nearly put the
All sections must be
huge
completed.
scorching egg
There are different
in
icons
the
and colours that will
fridge
indicate your
egg
progression of
thing
modules as you
with
work
the-
through your online
the
pre-course.
better ones,
Please
it's
note,
upstairs.
each course is different, and
Yeah,
not
the
all content
heated
items will be
one's
present in all
upstairs.
courses. Most videos include the option of closed captions,
We're
allowing
upstairs.
auditory content to be read as text. On occasion, these may be auto-generated and could contain the occasional spelling mistake.
What's so many
To
missiles?
access closed captions, click on CC at the bottom right corner of the video player. The video timer can be moved back at any time, but cannot be moved forward when watching the video for the first time. Only once the video is complete will you be able to select the Finish this section button to progress. Presentations are usually in a slide format. There may be different styles of presentations, with the next buttons either at the bottom
Ah,
or the
these
top of the
fools.
presentation slide. Simply click on the arrow button on the side presentation to move between slides. Please ensure you have reviewed and understand the learning content before attempting the assessment. By pressing the Start button, you acknowledge you are ready to start the assessment. All assessment tasks must be successfully completed before attending your face-to-face assessment. You may come across 4 different quiz options in your assessment. Please note that each course is unique and may not have all the quiz options.
They've
Where relevant,
given
there
us
will be specific
mandatory
instructions on how to
videos you
complete the
can't
quiz.
skip, but
If the course
what
has
they
a video
didn't
upload
realise is I
requirement, it
can
will
up
be
the
clearly
speed to
stated in the
double.
Once all of your
Nice.
modules are green and completed, a congratulations pop-up will appear in the main menu. You are now ready to attend your face-to-face session. During your face-to-face session, your trainer will demonstrate each practical skill, give you time to practice, and provide feedback to help you feel confident before your final assessment.
CPR
Please
200
ensure you
beats
bring
per
your
minute.
mobile phone and your training desk login details, as you may be required to access your online account during your face-to-face session. We recommend downloading the Alan's training app. It's a mobile-friendly way for students to manage their training.
Alan's.
It's easy to navigate, review online learning content, complete assessments, and submit any required forms. The app is available from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. If you have any concerns about the expectations or any other elements of this course, please speak with your training provider prior to your face-to-face assessment. You may submit a student support request via Training Desk. Look for the Get Support button in your learning dashboard. Once you have successfully completed the online pre-course work and demonstrated all of the required practical
So,
skills during your face-to-face session,
I
you will
put
be
the
awarded a
electric
certificate.
bird that was
It is
level
very
1
important to make sure you have a valid USI, as you will not be able to use your
in
certificate
my
without one.
PAL
If you require
set.
further information
He's
or
already
action
level
from you before
22
your
just
certificate
from me
is issued,
building
you will be
stuff.
advised via email. You
Yeah.
will receive an email advising you
Like,
to log into your student
wow.
profile
You
to
do
download
level
your
up.
certificate or statement of attainment.
The
Navigate to
early
the certificate
levels
section in the
are...
header menu.
Yeah,
and
he's
click
like,
the
no,
download
he's
link
better
next
than
to the
level
certificate you are
23,
wanting to
and
download.
all I'm doing is
Thank you.
building shit.
You have completed the introduction section of your course.
I'm gonna go catch Mega Man boss again.
Nice.
He's got some pretty good stats. Oh, there he is. Your ball is no match for me.
Also, you can buy some electric organs. That'd be good.
There you go.
Your mistletoe is no match for my toe missile.
First aid is the immediate care provided to a person who has been injured or suddenly becomes ill. It includes self-care and care to others, as well as being an important initial step in the healthcare system. The main goals of first aid are to preserve life, prevent further harm, and promote recovery.
As first aiders in Australia, there are some important factors and key legal points to keep in mind. When you're stepping in to help someone in need, it's not just about doing a good deed. It's also about being responsible and informed. In Australia, a duty of care is a legal obligation that requires individuals to adhere to a standard of reasonable care while performing any acts that could foreseeably harm others. When it comes to first aid, anyone who undertakes to provide first aid care, whether they are a trained first aider in a workplace or a bystander at an accident, also undertakes a duty of care towards the injured person. Once you start helping, you should provide care that's within your level of training and capability, and care should be provided in a competent and reasonable manner. Some key legal considerations to keep in mind when providing first aid are 1. Consent. Before providing first aid to a conscious casualty, it's important to get their consent. If the casualty can communicate, always ask for their permission before providing first aid. If they're unable to provide consent due to their condition, the law understands that you're acting in their best interest during an emergency, allowing you to proceed. 2. Do no harm. You should only provide care to the level of your training and capabilities. Attempting procedures or treatments beyond your competence could potentially cause more harm. 3. As a first aider, you may become aware of personal and medical information about the person you're helping. This information should be kept confidential and shared only with medical professionals who take over the care or as required by law. 4. Negligence. If you agree to provide first aid, you must do so in a competent and reasonable manner. This means applying your training effectively and carefully according to your level of training. It is important to note that once you start providing care, you should continue to do so until professional medical help arrives. The situation becomes unsafe for you or others. Someone with equal or greater training takes over, or you are physically unable to continue. Some members of the public remain concerned about providing assistance out of fear of causing harm and being exposed to the potential for legal liability. However, Australian and New Zealand law protects such Good Samaritans to ensure people come to the assistance of others in need. Good Samaritans generally have no legal obligation to assist another, with the exception of those in the Northern Territory. However, any attempt at resuscitation is better than no attempt within the guidelines of one's training, and we encourage anyone to help another in need of emergency assistance when it is safe to do so.
It
is also worth
only
noting that medical
49
professionals and volunteers,
creatures.
for example,
Not yet,
surf
it
lifesavers,
is
may differ from Good
still
Samaritans and may be bound by codes of conduct and
Must
legislation
be
in their
50.
jurisdiction, and therefore need to be aware of their obligations.
As you progress through this course, you might encounter a spectrum of emotions, including feelings of sadness or discomfort. For some, especially those who have experienced trauma personally or have connections with affected family members, friends, work colleagues, or other individuals, these emotions may surface more intensely. Should the course content trigger an emotional response that feels overwhelming, it's crucial to seek support. Whether it's from your partner, supervisor, colleagues, or other trusted individuals, reaching out for assistance is encouraged. Your well-being matters, and taking breaks when needed is important.
Right,
If the content of this course raises issues for you, please consider reaching out to the following organisations for support. We will provide contact details or links to resources in a slide to follow.
Toyota was fun.
Yeah. It was good. It's funny just those things just not being able to shoot. It's like
In the realm of first aid,
to-
ensuring the safety of both the casualty and responder is paramount. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, are a set of essential tools designed to reduce the risk of infection and injury during emergency care. In this video, we delve into the importance of proper usage of PPE in first aid situations. From minor cuts to serious accidents, first aid can expose responders to blood and other potential infectious materials. PPE acts as a barrier preventing the transmission of pathogens. When we talk about PPE in first aid, the most common items include gloves and safety glasses. Let's explore each of them.
In an emergency, you may not always have access to all the required PPE, and you may need to improvise. For example, you could use plastic bags over your hands, or keep your reading or sunglasses on
Do
as
we have
additional
a
protection for your eyes.
cold armor?
It is also
schematic?
very important to
Like a
practice
good
good
one?
hand hygiene and remember to wash your hands or
Probably.
apply hand sanitizer before, after donning and doffing PPE. As a general rule, a first
Actually,
aider will
probably
not have
just
access to all
unlock
the PPE shown in the demonstration video. Some of the PPE shown in the demonstration are industry
Well, like
specific.
this cold armor.
The most
right
important
there.
PPE for a
Not
first aider
this
is gloves, as they
cold
act as a barrier against potential
health
infection,
armor, but
and a
it's
face
not
shield
really
to prevent
one.
direct contact with the recipient's mouth and nose when performing CPR. While gloves and safety glasses are the most commonly discussed
Right,
PPE in first
cold
aid, there
resistant
are other protective
metal
items like
armor's
face
great
shields,
too.
masks, and gowns. Gowns are often overlooked in first aid. They provide a protective barrier, preventing the contamination of clothing and skin from blood, body fluids, and other
Cold
potential infectious
resistant
materials.
hull metal armor.
Especially in situations with a high risk of splash or spray, wearing a gown reduces
good
the chance
option.
of transmitting or acquiring contaminants. Masks serve a dual purpose. They protect the wearer from inhaling potentially infectious agents and, at the same time, prevent the wearer from exposing others to their respiratory secretions. Different situations might call for different masks, from surgical masks for general protection to N95.
Ancient Civilization core isn't required for Ultra Shield. We've got to farm something for it.
Your eyes is crucial. Safety glasses
yeah.
create a protective shield, preventing contaminants from entering the eyes. Always ensure they fit snugly and cover your eyes from all angles. Gloves are fundamental in protecting both the responder and the casualty. Gloves protect your hands from blood and other bodily fluids. It's essential to choose the right type, usually non-latex due to allergy concerns, and ensure they fit well. Remember, after providing care, remove them without touching the outer surface and dispose of them safely. For some high-risk situations, you may also consider a face shield. Our face, particularly the mucous membranes in the eyes, nose, and mouth, is a gateway for pathogens. Face shields offer full face protection against splashes and sprays, ensuring that the first responder remains safe when close to the
You said
pathogen
we
or
do have
during
a-
procedures that generate droplets.
Remember, it is not just about protecting yourself. Using PPE correctly can also protect the casualty and reduce the risk of cross-contamination. First aid is about acting quickly and effectively, but also safely. Equipping yourself with the right knowledge about PPE ensures you're prepared to offer help while minimising risks.
Blindling statue.
It might be time for this again. Check it out.
What is it? Oh. Oh yeah, we got a blue one.
Yeah.
Git. What in inventory? What? It's in my inventory. Why can't I craft it then? Oh, I need power metal ingots. Always.
I know they got the
When responding to a first aid emergency, it can be very overwhelming for a first aider. It is easy to feel pressured and like you have to do everything at once. The DRS ABCD action plan has been developed to help first aiders quickly and efficiently assess casualties and prioritise an emergency. In this video, we'll run through the elements of the DRS ABCD action plan and look at how to implement it in a first aid situation.
The DRS ABCD action plan represents the priorities in an emergency. In every incident, you should always follow the action plan. In some cases, it may just take a matter of seconds to complete. In other cases, it may take time to work through all of the steps. So, what does the DRS ABCD action plan stand for? The first step is checking for dangers. Next, we check for a response from the casualty. Once it has been identified the casualty is unresponsive, we should arrange for someone to send for help by calling 000. After checking for a response and sending for help if unresponsive, we check the casualty's airway. Once we are satisfied the airway is clear, we assess the casualty's breathing. If the casualty is not conscious and not breathing, we would then commence resuscitation by performing CPR. Finally, if available, we would attach and use an AED or automatic external defibrillator. So in summary, the DRS ABCD action plan stands for danger, response, send for help, airway, breathing, CPR, and defibrillation. We will now go into each step in more detail. The highest priority at a first aid scene is to ensure safety for yourself, bystanders, and the casualty. It is very easy to be distracted by the casualty and rush in to help without considering the possible dangers. The last thing we want to do is to enable more people to come to harm and increase the number of casualties. As a first aider, the number one priority is dangers that can harm you, the first responder. If you also become a casualty, there will either be no one available to provide first aid or other first aiders will have multiple casualties to manage. Similarly, ensuring bystanders do not become casualties themselves is a high priority. It is difficult to look after one injured or sick casualty. If you allow bystanders to also become casualties, the task becomes even more complicated. Finally, as a first aider, we want to take whatever actions we can to ensure the casualty remains safe and free of further hazards. This should only be done when it is safe to do so. Generally speaking, it is best to not move a casualty. The condition of a collapsed or injured person may be made worse by movement, increasing pain, injury, blood loss, and shock. However, a person lying in a hazardous area, for example on a road or railway, may need to be moved to ensure safety. The circumstances where it would be appropriate to move a person would be to ensure the safety of both the rescuer and person in need, to protect from extreme weather conditions, to enable evacuation from difficult terrain, to enable the care of the airway and breathing. For example, you may need
Why
to
they
turn
always
unconscious
raid
person
the
onto
red
their side to
base?
protect their airway, or turn a collapsed person onto their back to perform CPR. Finally, you may need to move the person to control severe bleeding. It is important to remember that care for a person's airway and breathing are of the utmost importance in first aid. For example, it is reasonable to roll a face-down unresponsive person onto their back to assess airway and breathing and initiate resuscitation. Concern for protecting the neck should not hinder the evaluation process or life-saving procedures. Road accidents are a far too frequent occurrence and can present a challenge to the first aider. When responding to a road accident, it is important to approach with caution and make the accident scene as safe as possible. Do not touch or attempt to rescue a person from within a vehicle if it is within 10 meters of a fallen power line unless an appropriate electrical authority has declared the area safe. Use hazard lights, road triangles, or torches to warn oncoming traffic of the accident scene. Bystanders may also be used where it is safe to do so. Turn off the ignition of a crashed vehicle and activate the park brake. If unable to activate the park brake, place a chock under a wheel. Be cautious that airbags that have not deployed may activate following a crash. Remove a motorbike helmet from a person if it is necessary to manage the airway, assist breathing, or control bleeding. If an unconscious breathing person can be managed within the vehicle, do not remove them from the vehicle unless there is a threat to life. Clear the airway of foreign material. Maintain head tilt and continuously move the airway and breathing. If the person in the vehicle is unconscious and not breathing normally despite opening the airway, remove the person from the vehicle if possible and commence CPR immediately. Once you have ensured the scene is safe, you next need to check for a response. Assess the collapsed person's response to verbal and tactile stimuli. This is often referred to as talk and touch. Whilst checking for a response, ensure that this does not cause or aggravate any injury. When checking for a response, you should include giving a simple command such as open your eyes, squeeze my hand, let it go. Then grasp and squeeze the shoulders firmly to elicit a response. If you are checking for a response using the hands, ensure you grasp both hands. This will ensure you are not given a false indication by an issue impacting just one side of the body. A person who fails to respond or shows only a minor response, such as groaning without eye opening, should be managed as if unconscious. If the casualty is not responsive, you will continue with your DRS ABCD action plan and send for help. If needing to leave the scene, ideally, is to enable more people to come to harm and increase the data, the number one priority is dangers that can harm you, the first responder. Ensuring bystanders do not become casualties is even more complicated. Finally, as a first aider, we want to take whatever actions we can to ensure the casualty remains safe and free of further hazards. It can only be done when it is safe to do so. Generally speaking, it is best to not move a casualty. The condition of a collapsed or injured person may be made worse by movement, increasing pain, injury, blood loss, and shock. However, a person lying in a hazardous area, for example on a road or railway, may need to be moved to ensure safety. The circumstances where it would be appropriate to move a person would be to ensure the safety of both the rescuer and person in need, to protect from extreme weather conditions, to enable evacuation from difficult terrain, to enable the care of the airway and breathing. For example, you may need to turn the unconscious casualty onto their side to protect their airway, or turn a collapsed person onto their back to perform CPR. Finally, you may need to move the person to control severe bleeding. It is important to remember that care for a person's airway and breathing are of the utmost importance in first aid. For example, it is reasonable to roll a face-down unresponsive person onto their back to assess airway and breathing and initiate resuscitation. Concern for protecting the neck should not hinder the evaluation process or life-saving procedures. Road accidents are a far too frequent occurrence and can present a challenge to the first aider. When responding to a road accident, it is important to approach with caution and make the accident scene as safe as possible. Do not touch or attempt to rescue a person from within a vehicle if it is within 10 meters of a fallen power line unless an appropriate electrical authority has declared the area safe. use hazard lights, road triangles, or torches to warn oncoming traffic of the accident scene. Life-saving procedures. Road accidents are obfuscation. It is severe bleeding. It is important to remember that care for a person's airway. For example, you may need to turn the unconscious casualty onto their side to protect their airway, or turn a collapsed person onto their back to perform CPR. Finally, you may need to move the person to control severe bleeding. It is important to remember that care for a person's airway and breathing are of the utmost importance in first aid. For example, it is reasonable to roll a faithful and unresponsive person onto their back to assess airway and breathing and initiate resuscitation. Concern for protecting the neck should not hinder the evaluation process or life-saving procedures. Important to approach with caution and make the accident scene as safe as possible. Do not touch or attempt to rescue a person from within a vehicle, road triangles, or torches to warn oncoming traffic of the accident scene. Bystanders may also be used where it is safe to do so. Turn off the ignition of a crashed vehicle and activate the park brake. If unable to activate the park brake, place a chock under a wheel. Be cautious that airbags that have not deployed may activate following a crash. Remove a motorbike helmet from a person if it is necessary to manage the airway, assist breathing, or control bleeding. If an unconscious breathing person can be managed within the vehicle, do not remove them from the vehicle unless there is a threat to life. Clear the airway of foreign material, maintain head tilt, and continuously reassess the airway and breathing. If the person in the vehicle is unconscious and not breathing normally despite opening the airway, remove the person from the vehicle if possible and commence CPR immediately. Once you have ensured the scene is safe, you next need to check for a response. Assess the collapsed person's response to verbal and tactile stimuli. This is often referred to as talk and touch. Whilst checking for a response, ensure that this does not cause or aggravate any injury. When checking for a response, you should include giving a simple command such as, open your eyes, squeeze my hand, let it go. Then grasp and squeeze the shoulders firmly to elicit a response. If you are checking for a response impacting the casualty is not responsive, the most experienced rescuer should take charge and stay with the person in need while another rescuer is sent to seek help. In the case of a medical emergency, call 000 and ask for an ambulance. When calling 000 for an ambulance, a call taker will ask you, do you require police, fire, or ambulance? Which state are you calling from? Your call will then be connected to a 000 operator who will assist you. Be ready to answer their questions as best you can. Initially, these will be, what is the exact location of the emergency? What is the phone number you're calling from? What is the problem? What exactly happened? How many people are hurt?
What's the
How old is the
getting-
person? Is the person conscious? This means, is the person awake? Finally, is the person breathing? Stay on the phone unless told to hang up. Follow the call taker's instructions
Actually, it's,
while waiting for the ambulance.
oh, it's already
These
under
instructions
attack.
will help the casualty
Should I
and the
come
ambulance
there,
paramedics.
or-
As soon as the location and
Just
time of
waiting
emergency is
for the
confirmed,
space
an
raid.
ambulance will be dispatched by the dispatch team.
Here it comes.
The call taker will continue to ask more questions about the casualty. The questions help the call taker to prioritize the request for an ambulance promptly and determine whether the casualty requires an alternative service or additional services. The next step in your action plan is checking the casualty's airways. This involves checking the unconscious person's airways to ensure they are free from obstruction. When someone is unconscious, all muscles are relaxed. If they are left lying on their back, the tongue, which is attached to the back of the jaw, falls against the back wall of the throat and blocks air from entering the lungs. Other soft tissues of the airway may worsen this obstruction. The mouth falls open, but this tends to block, rather than open, the airway. The unconscious person is further at risk because of being unable to swallow or cough out foreign material in the airway. This may cause airway obstruction or airway irritation and foreign material may enter the lungs. The person's airways should be checked whilst they are on their back. There is no need to roll them on their side to check their airway.
Hello.
The exceptions to this would be where the airway is obstructed with fluids such as water or blood.
It's not a
or
very
matter such as
exciting one.
blood,
That's
debris, or
refreshing.
vomit. Here, the person should be promptly rolled onto their side to clear the airway. To check the casualty's airway, place one hand on the forehead or the top of the head. The other hand is used to provide chin lift. The head is tilted backwards slightly. In this position, you can inspect the airway to look for any obstruction. It is important to note that in an unconscious person, care of the airway takes precedence over any injury. However, when there is the possibility of a spinal injury, care can be shown to handle the casualty gently. Now you're up to B, which stands for breathing. Normal breathing is essential to maintaining life. A person who is gasping or breathing abnormally and is unresponsive requires resuscitation.
think
When
the,
assessing breathing,
last
the
one
rescuer
is
should use the look, listen,
relaxorus
feel method.
normally.
Look for movement of the upper abdomen or lower chest. Listen for the escape of air from nose and mouth, and feel for movement of air at the mouth and nose. You should hold this for about 10 seconds. It is important to note that we are looking for normal breathing. Some movement of the lower chest or abdomen does not necessarily mean the person has a clear airway and is breathing normally. If the person is not breathing normally and is not responding, they require CPR, which is the C in your action plan. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation and will be commenced by delivering 30 chest compressions followed by 2 rescue breaths. The details of CPR will be covered in another instructional video. Finally, we have the second D, which stands for defibrillation. For a first aider, this involves using an automatic external defibrillator. As part of their automatic function, an AED will identify if the casualty's heart is in a shockable or non-shockable rhythm. If shockable, the unit will deploy an electrical charge in order to reset the electrical activity of the heart. The use of an AED will be covered in detail in a further instructional video. To recap, the DRS ABCD action plan is a vital first step in all first aid incidents and should be enacted without delay. It stands for danger, response, send for help, airway, breathing, CPR, and defibrillation.
Yep.
Do 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 do.
Once you have completed your DRS ABCD action plan and identified the casualty is not responding and not breathing normally, it is essential that you commence CPR. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It involves providing chest compressions followed by rescue breaths. Performing immediate CPR is the key to survival. Every minute that passes, there is a decrease of 10% of the casualty's chance of survival. After 10 minutes of no intervention, no CPR, and no oxygen supply to the brain, the casualty is unlikely to survive.
As a standard precaution, safe practices should be applied for all first aid, regardless of a casualty infectious state. The use and wear of personal protective equipment. As a minimum, it is strongly recommended to use gloves and a face shield while performing CPR. Wearing gloves is crucial as they act as a barrier against potential infection. The face shield is used to prevent direct contact with the recipient's mouth and nose. This is particularly important to avoid the transmission of airborne diseases. The first step in performing CPR is to place your hands on the casualty's chest. For effective compressions, we need to place 2 hands on the lower half of the sternum. Hands should be placed on top of each other. We should avoid placing our hands too high as this may make compressions ineffective, and too low as this may cause damage to internal organs. Once our hands are in position, compressions are delivered by pushing down on the sternum. We are aiming to depress the sternum approximately 1/3 of the depth of the chest. In most adults, this would be about 5 centimeters. Rescuers should perform compressions at the rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. This equals about 2 compressions per second. When performing CPR, we are aiming to give 30 compressions before providing 2 rescue breaths. In order to provide the depth and consistency of compression, it is important for the rescuer to pivot from the hips and keep their elbows locked. When compressing the chest, it is important to allow the chest to fully recoil between each compression. After 30 compressions, we need to deliver 2 rescue breaths. To provide a rescue breath, kneel beside the casualty's head. Maintain an open airway. Take a breath, open your mouth as widely as possible, and place it over the person's slightly open mouth. While maintaining an open airway, pinch the nostrils and blow to inflate the person's lungs. Because the hand supporting the head comes forward, some head tilt may be lost and the airway may be obstructed. Pulling upwards with the hand on the chin helps to reduce this problem. Look for rise of the chest during each inflation. Care should be taken not to overinflate the chest. Continue to perform CPR by alternating between 30 compressions and 2 rescue breaths. It is very important that interruptions are minimized at all times during CPR, as these can impact the quality of CPR and chances of a successful outcome. The rescuer should focus on providing consistent compressions to the right depth and moving between compressions and breaths efficiently. CPR is very physically challenging. The quality of compressions drops after only a minute. If feasible, the rescuer should change every 2 minutes. Changing rescuers should be done with a minimum of interruptions to compressions. One of the risks of CPR is the risk of rib fractures. Although unfortunate, they are considered an acceptable consequence of CPR given the alternative of death. If you notice a rib fracture, you should confirm your hands are in the correct position and continue with compressions. CPR should be continued for as long as it is safe to do so, as it is a life-saving procedure. Circumstances where it would be considered acceptable to stop are 1. If the casualty responds or begins breathing normally. 2. If you become too exhausted to continue. 3. If a healthcare professional takes over. If paramedics, a doctor, or other healthcare professional arrives and takes over, you can stop performing CPR. Please wait until asking to stop, as they may need to set up equipment whilst you continue CPR. 4. If a healthcare professional directs you to stop CPR. Another point you may need to consider is the safety of the emergency scene. Although we refer to danger at the start of the primary survey, danger should be dynamically assessed and responded to where appropriate. The Australian Resuscitation Council continues to recommend CPR is performed with compressions and rescue breaths. In some circumstances, a rescuer may be unwilling to perform rescue breaths. In this case, they should continue to perform compression-only CPR. Compression-only CPR should be performed at a rate of about 100 compressions per minute without interruption.
CPR is a skill that anyone can learn, and it makes a real difference. Regular practice is essential, and it's for this reason that a CPR certificate in Australia is considered valid for only 12 months. To receive your nationally recognised certificate, you will need to be able to perform 2 minutes of uninterrupted CPR on an adult mannequin placed on the floor.